Hey everybody, welcome back to Treasures Galore. In this little segment, I wanted to talk about a few emails that I've gotten in the past few days telling me that I'm on the wrong path by talking, and I'm wasting my time by talking about Too Far to Walk and Once Upon a While. Now, I will agree with them that the thrill of the chase is all you need. Absolutely 100 agree with that. I think the Thrill of the Chase book has everything, and that's predicated on my whole solve is just the thrill of the chase. However, what I use to determine what the clues mean and what they are, Too Far to Walk and Once Upon a While did help me understand what those clues are. Now, if you haven't checked out my cloves video about the bottles of cloves and the green lid screwing it back on, check that out. Also, if you haven't seen my video, I think it's titled Big Hint, Too Far to Walk, and The Thrill of the Chase. But it's about the Officers Club and how he hints at the chapter My War for Me being important in Too Far to Walk. So that's kind of that's my thought process. And I don't know if I'm right or I'm wrong, but there's some stuff that's undeniably tied to the thrill of the chase in Too Far to Walk. Undeniably. I mean, there's no way you can. I mean, he uses the same sentence, he uses the same thought processes and all this other stuff where you're just like, wow, that, unless he's really accustomed to saying these certain phrases and stuff like that, he's hitting us back to these spots in the thrill of the chase that we need to pay attention to. So anyways, I'm not going to go into detail. Yes, I know I'm going boots on the ground here soon. Probably this next weekend. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not in any big rush. I think I have an awesome solve, but I've been out multiple times and came home heartbroken. So my thought process is a little different than most people, I guess. But it is a great solve, and I will share that if I don't find the treasure. So anyways, I'm not going to tell you exactly what these mean to me. But I'm just letting people know that undeniably there are things in Too Far to Walk that tie you back to the thrill of the chase. Some that are just like, oh wow, yeah, okay, that's the same. Or, that's the same principle or whatnot, or same photo. So I want to talk about, and I guess we'll start at the beginning of the book, and I'm not going to go through all of them. There's probably 20 different ones, but I just kind of want to show a few ones where you could be like, wow, yeah, okay. There is stuff in Too Far to Walk that can help you. Now, there are no new clues, at least I haven't, that are in Too Far to Walk where I'm like, oh, that wasn't in the thrill of the chase. Because I always go back to the poem and the thrill of the chase. And then I use Too Far to Walk and Once Upon a While to help me with that. So, enough with that. So, just a few ones that I want to bring up. If you have your Too Far to Walk book, get it out. And I'm not going to go back to the thrill of the chase and read these. You guys can do that on your own. You should know, if you've read the book and know it like I do, you should know exactly where these are at. So, in Too Far to Walk, on page 196, okay, there's a very, very similar photo. So it's a guy with an axe using a rope that's tied to a stump to climb up this steep cliffside to chop down the little last tree growing up. Now that should ring a bell in the thrill of the chase, right? With the illustration of the cut stump and the bird that's nesting on the moon because there's no other trees for it to live in. There's an environmental aspect to the chase. Now, is the chest hidden on some land that's protected to where there's not going to be any subdivisions built on it? You know what I mean? Government protected land? I don't know. But it's just really funny that he has stumps and this guy's climbing up a tree with a double-headed axe. Just directly brings me back to the illustration that's in The Thrill of the Chase. Now, as far as what I think it is, I'm not going to dive into that. But I will say that I do think it's important. Okay, so like I said, guys, I'm only going through like 3 or 4 of these, which I think are pretty clear. The other ones that are in here that I think are really important, I don't want to give away yet. So anyways, the next one. Too Far to Walk, page 208. It is the chapter of $17 a square inch, talking about his good friend Eric Sloan. Now, I don't know how much Eric Sloan is tied into this. It wouldn't surprise me if he has a lot to do with the solve, but I don't know how much you need to know about Eric Sloan. And I know I bought Reverence for Wood, Once Upon a Time. I bought all these different Eric Sloans, 80, all these books trying to find out stuff. And there's some interesting stuff that ties in. But in my personal opinion, coming in from almost 6 years of the chase, I do not believe that you need to read his books. I think that kind of falls in specialized knowledge. I know Calazars was talking about, and K-Pro were talking about specialized knowledge. And if you don't have to have specialized knowledge, and he's wanting a redneck from Texas with 12 kids to find the treasure chest, all you should need is the Thrill of the Chase book, a map, and that's it. The poems included in the book. If that's true, then every single thing, every single hint, every single clue should be provided in that book. Okay, so back to the Too Far to Walk, page 208. It's in the first paragraph. He says, I didn't remind him that principle has always been convenient excuse to abandon logic. He wasn't listening. Okay, so there's a convenient excuse to abandon logic. Same sentence that's in the Thrill of the Chase. Next paragraph. Fortunately, a new short-skirted waitress sauntered up about that time, tossing her thick braids at Eric. Okay, there's another line from the Thrill of the Chase, tossing her thick braids back and forth. It's like the bookstore, Borders. Next paragraph. And I realized that all of the bravery was in his talk. Again, another sentence that is in the Thrill of the Chase. So you have 3 sentences and 3 consecutive paragraphs that bring you back to the Thrill of the Chase. Now, it might just be writing style that he brings those up. I don't know. Might be phrases that he uses quite a bit, but I just thought that was really, really interesting. And, you know, there's just reoccurring stuff in Too Far to Walk that it's just kind of just like, wow, that's really repetitive. Like my video about heading north. I mean, he uses that story so much about heading north. And he doesn't say he heads to, or didn't pay attention for at least 600 miles. So, I mean, why would he even bring that up? Just really interesting. It's just a common theme of him heading north. Okay, so here's a big one that I think all of you will enjoy. And like I said again, I'm not going to go into it. I'm just going to show you that there is a direct tie back to the Thrill of the Chase. So if you go to Mountain Man Logic, and that's chapter 45, Too Far to Walk, page 238. Now listen to this. At night, there were some who played the fiddle or Jew's harp, as ladies with swishing skirts danced around the many fires. The smell of pine smoke was invigorating. If that doesn't bring you back straightly to a specific chapter in the Thrill of the Chase, then you need to go back and read it. Now, I feel he's hitting us back there to that story and other stories through this with the Thrill of the Chase. Or with Too Far to Walk, excuse me. Hitting you back to the Thrill of the Chase. There are a lot more. I don't want to dive into them. I wanted to make this video short. But I also kind of wanted to get my point across that I really do think Too Far to Walk is important. And I really do think that Forrest Fenn wants this treasure found. If he did not, why write 3 books, 200-something scrapbooks, come out with all these words trying to help us? Now, either he's leading us away from the treasure because he doesn't want it found, or he's really trying to make, this possible for it to be found. Now, I think the thrill of the chase and the poem are, well, the poem especially is the biggest thing in the whole world, right? I mean, there's millions of places that could fit based on your interpretations. So you got to use the book to tell exactly what the clues are and where to go. And I think he came out Too Far to Walk and Once Upon a While to really help us and to bring us back to the book to where we can use all 3 of them to determine, oh, this is that clue. And I think he does that in every single clue. And throughout all 3 books, brings you back to, okay, that's the answer to this one. That's the answer to this one. This is where I begin, and everything like that. And I'm really excited to share my solve with you. I think it is the best book solve that I've ever read. I don't even want to get into it, but it's really good. I like it. I like it a lot. And so I will let you guys know next week. I'll start off with the beginning of my solve, which is the state. Now, I already know that I made a video. It's probably going to be multiple videos of why I think it is in Montana. So I'm going to go through that, and then I'll go through each clue consecutively, and it'll lead you up to the end. And then after that, maybe I can start doing videos and start going live and whatnot like that. So anyways, guys, hope you guys liked the video. If you don't have Too Far to Walk or Once Upon a While, please buy them. Once Upon a While, so Too Far to Walk and Once Upon a While, a lot of them are scrapbooks. So, I think they are important. I think you should read the scrapbooks. Some of them are left out, so I would suggest buying the books. But a lot of them you can find on the scrapbooks. So check those books out, guys, and I will see you guys on the next video.